Dear students, welcome back. I'm Nausheen, and in this session, we are going to just focus our discussion around what do we understand by monopolistic exploitation. This is a term which has been coined by Joan Robinson, and as per this term, it basically tries to highlight that how, according to Joan Robinson, labor is exploited when he is working under a monopoly firm as compared to when he is working in a perfectly competitive firm. And this difference arises because the demand curve of labor by monopolists is given by MRPL, while for the perfectly competitive market structures, it is given by VMPL. So let us try to understand this with the help of a diagram. So as you can see, in the diagram we have plotted labor on x-axis and wage rate on y-axis. We have two curves given here. One is the VMPL curve, so it's showing the demand curve of labor by perfectly competitive firms, while MRPL is giving the demand curve for labor by monopoly firm. And MRPL, as I said earlier, lies below VMPL because MR is less than price. So always you will find MRPL would be towards the left of VMPL curve. So in this diagram, this gap, when the wage rate is determined, when the equilibrium wage rate is determined, this gap, which is highlighted by B dash, is showing that there is a reduction in the wage rate obtained by labor when he's working for monopoly firm, as compared to what would have been the wage rate if he was working for a perfectly competitive market. And this is because in monopoly market structure, the market demand is based on MRPL and not on the VMPL. It implies that firms have monopolistic power. The factor is paid its MRP, marginal revenue product, which is smaller than value of marginal product. So this difference is known as monopolistic exploitation. So according to Joan Robinson, she has defined this term, and she has tried to explain that in a monopoly market structure, a productive factor is exploited if it is paid a price less than the value of its marginal product. So a profit maximizer firm generally employs a factor until the point where an additional unit adds precisely the same amount to total cost and total revenue. So if we have to recall what happens in perfectly competitive market structure, so you can look here. So if we were talking about perfectly competitive market equilibrium, it would be where VMPL intersects SL, and WC would be the competitive wage rate, and LC would be the labor hired in perfect competition. As we compare it with monopoly market structure, so the wage rate is given by WM, which means the wage rate determined in the monopoly market structure on the basis of intersection of MRPL curve with SL, and this much is the labor hired in the monopoly market. So basically what is happening, why there's a difference between the wage, and why this area, the gap between WC and WM, is being called monopolistic exploitation by Joan Robinson. The main reason is that when you compare both the market structures, you realize that the labor hired is less and the wages paid are also less. So less employment is being generated as well as less wages are being paid. This means that there is an exploitation which is possible only in the hands of monopoly, not possible in perfect competition. So in perfect competition, the scenario is different. VMP is equal to MRP. So value of marginal product is equal to marginal revenue product, because price is equal to AR, which is equal to MR. And as you know, we can recall that VMP is equal to marginal product into price of X, and MRP is equal to marginal product into MR, marginal revenue obtained from X. So unlike perfect competition, in monopoly, marginal revenue is less than price of X. So that's why MRP is less than value of marginal product, and so factors are paid less than the value of their marginal product. So this gap or this reduction in their wages was reflected in the earlier diagram by the gap between WC and WM. and it implies that the factor prices are less in monopoly market structure as compared to in perfect competition. Moreover, the level of employment is also lower in industries which are not perfectly competitive. So, this was the argument put forth by Joan Robinson, which was important to discuss in order to understand how the equilibrium in monopoly market structure differs from equilibrium in perfectly competitive market structure, even on welfare grounds. I hope you could understand this argument. Although this argument has been heavily criticized later, what's important is that it helps us in at least giving a comparison between the two market structures. So, students, all of you take care. We will be meeting again in our last lecture for factor pricing, which would be about how to calculate equilibrium, how to calculate how much labor unit should be hired by a firm using a tabular presentation. Till then, all of you take care and have a very good weekend ahead. Thank you and bye.